Look who we have here, everybody. You may know him as the voice of Aksel in Modern Warfare 2. Nicklas, how are you, mate? Great to have you on the show.
I'm very good. Thank you. Yeah, I'm great. Feel good.
You feel good? You're in a Call of Duty game, brother.
Yeah,
Man,
yeah, yeah.
this is big time. How do you feel?
I feel good. I mean, it's very exciting. Yeah, when you audition for, well, any game really, you don't know what you're actually auditioning for. So I only
That
found
must be
out.
hard, though, you know?
Yeah, I mean, in a way, it's kind of good because you don't get uh you don't get too invested emotionally because I think if
Mm.
you like I was a huge gamer mainly when I was younger. I don't play as much anymore. I started playing a lot more since I got a PS5, which I had to, obviously.
Yeah, yeah.
But if like my favorite video game series is Metal Gear Solid, and if I had to, audition for that,
Dude,
I think I'd be very
Kojima.
nervous.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. All I
Wow.
love everything he does, and I think it's probably better if you don't know and you just try to do your best every single time and don't get too invested and don't start planning. Because you
Yeah.
do that, you start. Oh, if I get this, then this is going to happen, and this is going to happen. So it's much better to sort of to stay even keeled as much as possible.
Yeah. So you had no idea this was Call of Duty you were going up for until you were in the booth actually performing, or did you have a hinge before that, a hunch before that?
Yeah, I think I had an idea, and I don't quite remember when I found out. I did know once I got to the studio,
Yeah.
but I still double checked. I still asked the
Yeah.
the, the director and the techs and whatnot because I had to be completely sure because they with video games they have code names often, so you don't really know.
Yeah, yeah. And the voice that you presented, was that Danish from the start? Is that what they were looking for?
Yeah, Scandinavian. It's
Scandinavian.
always.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's always like that when because I auditioned for a lot of Scandinavian parts, and yeah, it's rarely, oh, it needs to be this or this. It's usually Scandinavian, which sort of makes sense because all those countries have been the same country for many years to at different
Yeah.
in different functions. So they are, and the languages are pretty much the same. At least Danish and Norwegian are pretty much the same, just very different accents.
But what people may not know is I believe you grew up in Australia as well. You are half Australian, half Danish, right?
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, I mainly grew up in Denmark. I left Australia when I
Okay.
was like 3. Yeah,
Okay.
and I would
Wow.
just go back on holidays every summer or every winter. I preferred winter because then I get 2 summers in a year and not 3 winters.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah. So you grew up in Denmark. Wow. Interesting.
Yeah.
How was that experience? Beautiful place or what?
I mean, not really. I mean, it's
No.
it's a
No.
great country. Yeah, it's not, but it's not known for its nature or.
Okay.
Uh, I mean, Copenhagen's a very nice city, but it doesn't have the nature that Sweden or Norway has. I mean, it's a tiny country, but it's a
Okay.
very good place to grow up in that everyone's very equal. You sort of you have all the same. I grew up quite working class, and all my rich mates they had the same opportunities as me because
Mm.
if you want to go to uni, you get paid to go to uni, and healthcare is free and all those things. So you sort of everyone's given very good chances of making a good life. So that's the best part, I'd say.
So did you always know you wanted to do acting, modeling, voice acting? Did you always knew this is the industry for you, or did you fall into it, or what?
I sort of, yeah. I always wanted to be in movies and perform, but where I grew up, everyone becomes a carpenter or an electrician is very much tradies.
Sounds
builders.
like Melbourne. Sounds like all my mates.
Yeah, you're in Melbourne.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, nice one. I love Melbourne.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's not many people go on to do anything creative. So no, I had a dream of it, but I never did anything. And then when I was sort of 19, I got scouted for modeling, and I played rugby. I played second row, which you have to sort of weigh 100
Forward.
kilos to
Yeah.
play. Yeah, I was a forward.
I think you
And
can tell that was my role as well.
oh yeah, did you play
Yeah.
rugby as well?
I played league, yeah, not union
Oh yeah,
league.
nice one.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
But I love
nice one.
rugby, yeah.
Yeah, rugby's good. Rugby's good, but I had to lose so much weight. I lost like 25 kilos
Mm,
to
I can
model.
imagine.
And
Shit, that's not easy.
yeah,
Yeah.
no, it's so then I did really well with it.
Yep.
I got an exclusive for Louis Vuitton. Closed that was my
Wow.
first show exclusive for Calvin Klein, and then I closed the Louis Vuitton show. So I just kept doing that for a couple of years, and so I lived in New York and Japan and all over Europe and whatnot, and I met all these people who are doing all these crazy things, and I think that sort of enabled me to go, oh, maybe I can just do what I want. Maybe I don't have to, because I had a very limited mindset before that, I think. So once I stopped that, I decided I'm going to go to drama school, and I did, and I dropped out after 6 months, and it's been great.
Why did you drop out? What was the reasoning?
Oh, it's just drama schools are weird. Drama schools are weird because you do need education in that you have to learn, but with drama schools, it's just there's no reason for it to be a 9 to 5 thing you do
Right.
every week that you pay a stupid amount of money for, because the people, this might be a bit controversial, but I believe the people in drama schools, they're employed on they just do that. They don't work in the industry.
They didn't make it, did they? Probably.
Yeah.
Is that what you're trying to say? Yeah. I've always thought that as well. It's a little funny.
I'm trying to get you to say it.
Yeah. No, but it is. It's an interesting concept. It's one of the only sort of teachers where they haven't actually made it, but they're teaching you to make. It's bizarre, really.
Yeah, it's very weird. But workshops and so on, they are very valuable. Like I wouldn't have gotten on Call of Duty had I not done loads of workshops, because then you meet people who they're in the industry full time, but they might go and do a workshop once a month.
Yeah,
that's how you meet the people and get taught by the people who are actually working within the industry.
No, there's definitely some good teachers as well.
Definitely.
Yeah, we're not saying that, but
for sure.
So how did you?
I was mainly talking about my school, the one that I went to. I didn't find it very helpful.
So when did you start doing voice acting particularly? Is this a recent thing due to the pandemic, or before then, or what?
I did it before as well, but I had no clue how big it was before I moved to London, because I'd done adverts and whatnot in Copenhagen, but it wasn't until I moved over here and started got an agency and started auditioning for different video games, I sort of realized how big it was, because the gaming industry is so much bigger than where I've heard that it's bigger than sports, film and music put together. Like the industry wise.
Yeah, and that this Call of Duty has already made $1 billion, and it's been played by over 25 million. How does that feel?
Yeah. That's insane.
Possibly millions have killed your character or used him.
Yeah, well, that's the weird thing. I haven't really heard my character, because because I can't get to the 20 kills. I can't unlock
That's right.
Yeah.
You need me to hop on your account for a day, and get that done.
Yeah, I thought about that. I thought about hiring someone to go on my account and get those 20 kills, because I can't. because that you're always worried when you do something acting wise before you're at the level when you start getting the lead roles and whatnot. You're always so worried that you're going to get cut out. So
Yeah.
you can't get excited before you've seen the final product.
Yeah.
So even when the game had come out, I was still, oh shit, I hope I'm still in it. I hope I'm still in it.
And did you see the design of Axel? I'm guessing you didn't know much, like you didn't get any backstory or anything. You just sort of went into the booth and did what you do.
Yeah. No, you don't see, well, in general, before you're at the sort of the lead actor level, when you get those parts, you're very much kept in the dark because you don't really need to know. I mean, if you ask, they'll tell you.
Mm.
And oftentimes they don't know yet what they're going to look like. You know,
Yeah,
it's
true.
yeah. So
And,
no, I didn't know.
and this isn't your first game, is it? You've done quite a few now, or what?
I think I've done one before that.
Okay.
Yeah, but I haven't played it. I think I did one called King's Bounty.
Oh yeah.
I know it's on,
Yeah.
yeah, on DB, but I don't know what the game
Is.
is about.
Yeah. That's all right. So are you
Yeah.
looking to do more voice work, and like would you love to be a lead in a game? I'm guessing you would.
Oh,
I mean, that would be a
yeah,
dream. Yeah.
yeah. I don't know why, but that it kind of excites me. Like to get to do all the motion capture, to do what all the leads did in this game. That I really want to get to do that. And I think it's because as a kid, I played more games than I watched movies.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's I mean that's something I really want to do.
Well, I can already tell you got good taste with Metal Gear Solid. What other games did you love growing up playing? Can you remember any?
Well, every single Metal Gear Solid game I would play again and again and again.
Yeah.
I have played a lot of Call of Duty as well.
Yeah.
I play that, and I've loved all of them. I mix them up in my head because I sort of just I just when I got the PS4, I remember I just got them all and I just played them like from
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
play one, then I play the next one, and then I play the next one. So that I've mixed them all up in my head.
Yeah.
Um, but I was really into strategy games as well. But they
Okay.
don't. Yeah, but they don't like. I always played Civilization.
Do
If
you?
you played
Yeah.
that,
Okay. Yeah.
yeah, I,
It's a
I
good
love that
game.
game.
Yeah, it's a good game.
Yeah, and that's one of those games where you can just play it again and again and again and again.
Oh yeah, that's
Uh,
that's addicting. There could
yeah,
be hundreds of hours on those for sure. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. That was strategy games were big. A lot of I played one called Europa Universalis. They
Oh
were quite
wow. Yeah.
really enjoyed those because you learnt a lot of history as well.
Yes.
Because they would sort of
Yes.
tie in like historical events. But now I'm more into sort of the big games that like Call of Duty where it's like now it's like a movie.
Mm,
You know,
yeah.
where now the storytelling is as good as a really good movie,
Hmm.
and the acting is really good. It's as good as a good movie, and it's not
Mm.
like like 15 years ago when the mouths they would just open randomly. They wouldn't necessarily
Yeah.
follow.
The lip sync's
But
not
now,
off, and yeah.
yeah, but now you're not quite sure when something is like it's that what's it called the uncanny valley where
Mm.
you're not quite sure whether is this did they just film this and then make it sort of look like a video game, or are the graphics so good that this just looks real. So
Hmm.
I feel like now it's getting really fun with the really big games where the graphics are just
Pretty
it's
impressive, isn't it? Yeah.
yeah it's so cool.
And if you do have that PS5, I recommend God of War and the new God of War if you want a really good
Oh
storytelling and
yeah,
gameplay graphics. Yeah, really
yeah,
great
yeah,
game.
yeah. The Ragnarok, is that the one?
Ragnarok, yeah. And the first one, there was another one from 2018 as well. But if
Yeah,
you ever get a
I played
chance, yeah.
Yeah. It's funny because now they use the the letter in the rock bit.
Yeah.
So that's a Danish letter called U. So
Yeah, why do
you
they
would
do that? Do you know what's the meaning behind that? I've never looked it up, I guess.
well they just I mean now a lot of they use it in branding this if they want to make something seem sort of Nordic.
Yes.
But
Yeah,
the
that's why.
sound of the letter is U. So it'd be Ragnarok. And you
So it
get
doesn't really
essentially
make sense, really.
oh no, it makes a complete different sound.
Yeah.
It's
Wow. So it's just a branding thing. Yeah. It's
oh
interesting.
yeah, they do it.
Yeah.
They do it in the UK as well. There's some oat milk here that's called it was called Nord, which means north in all the Scandinavian languages, but they use that letter U. So in Danish it says nørd, which means nerd. So it's quite funny how it's just
Oh
used
man.
with an
How
O now. Like
strange. Yeah.
yeah, it's
It's the
funny.
world, man, the marketing side of it. They must
Yeah,
they
it's
must have
clever.
some data behind it that maybe if you see that you think of the Norse mythology or something. I don't know. Maybe the
Yeah, it's
Americans
possible.
think of that. I don't know. Yeah.
It's possible.
So how did the voice develop for Axel? Did you have it already going into the booth? Because it sounds that he sounds a lot older than you know, in real life. You have this innate ability with some of the voices I've heard you do where you can sound a lot older than what you are as well.
Yeah,
Or I feel like
that's what
yeah.
that's what's sort of difficult, right? Because you know that all right, it's a soldier, so they want the character has to sound hard,
Yeah.
and for me that's quite difficult to do with a Danish accent because I always use it for comedic effect. Like for me, it's
Ah,
yeah, like
right.
I'll put on a Danish accent when I want to do a joke. You know, to me, it's like I do it for fun,
Interesting.
and
Yeah.
when I have to do and when it's sort of when it's basically anything but comedy, then it's like I have to practice it a lot to sound like tough or realistic
Mm,
because for me it's always used in like a jokey context for me.
interesting.
But
Yeah.
it is sort of I mean you just I auditioned and you just go by gut feeling. It's not really
Yeah.
not something you think too much about because I think unless you're a name actor, which I'm not yet, hopefully soon,
Oh, I'm
you're
sure you will be.
you're hired for what you are and not what you can become, if that makes sense.
Mm, mm.
So so that's sort of why you only really ever see the big actors do all these very different parts.
I get it. I get it.
So
Yeah.
I sort of I just did it in my own voice and tried to sound a bit harder.
Have you still got it in
But
you now?
yeah, I think so. I think so. I mean,
Yeah.
I haven't heard the voice since I found some clips on YouTube
Yeah.
where I could hear the voice. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, but it gets easier when when you're in the booth because you're shouting so much, so your voice does go a bit deeper after
Bit
a while.
raspy. Yeah.
Yeah, it gets more works. Yeah, raspy, croaky.
Yeah.
Uh, but they try to you sort of you record in you'll do like an hour and then you get 10 minutes break, and each of these sort of slots you'll do the easiest ones first, meaning
Hmm.
energy wise how much you have to exert yourself, and then at the end of each slot you'll do all the shouting, and then you'll get a break and you get some tea with honey and whatnot,
Yeah.
and then you go again.
Do you remember doing the coughing stuff and the because I think in the game you got to cough and you got to go underwater and you got to die,
Yeah,
and I mean, there's so much random shit that you got to do.
yeah, yeah. It's
Oh,
actually it's really hard work.
yeah,
You have to you never work for more than 4 hours. I think that's
yeah.
some law. Um, and they try to put those things at the very last. And and I had to do a lot of hyperventilating. I remember, and I would get dizzy. You start getting dizzy because I think there's loads of bits where you're choking, and there's bits where
Yeah,
you're drowning in water, and
yeah,
there's so that I mean, but that's also fun
yeah.
because I think it's better to do something that's very physically hard, because then you don't get you don't get tired. Then your adrenaline's high, which is what it would be, throughout the whole. All my lines would be, you're amped up. You're in a very
Mm.
uh, difficult situation. So I think it's it's uh, it's the most fun if you can, stay in that the whole time.
Is it cool to have, hundreds of thousands of people maining your character? Like they use him only and no one else because they love, your voice or they love the character. What is that? How does that feel for you as an actor? Or is it just a bit of an afterthought or what?
It is cool,
Mm.
but it's not something you think about too much,
No. Yeah.
because you can't. It's you just can't really. I don't think you can comprehend it really. It's a little bit like when people talk about, oh, this thing cost the government $100 billion. This cost $1 trillion. Like in your head, you're like, those numbers are the same. I don't even,
Yeah, I get
you know,
it. Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know that. It's a little bit like that,
Mm.
and but that's sort of the same with when you're in a TV show or whatever. You, you think about it. Sometimes you catch yourself. Whoa! A lot of people are gonna see this, see my face, uh, but it's not something that really uh, that you think about too much,
Mm.
because you're too busy with your own stuff. But when you sit down and think about it, it is quite cool.
I get it. I get it. So, did you have a favorite line that you remember at all? I know a lot of people ask me to ask you this. They love to hear what do you remember any of the funny or interesting lines that you had to do?
My favorite bits were when like Axel had to go into like berserker mode.
Yeah.
That that was the most fun. That was the when
Yeah.
you really got to scream as much as possible.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
and yeah, that is the most fun.
I
That
can
is
imagine.
Yeah, where you really get to, because it is quite freeing, because you know well, you're in a booth, so no one's gonna hear you anyway, but you rarely get to just scream like as
Mm.
much as you can't really do that anywhere unless you're in the bush or whatever.
Mm.
So it is really fun to to
Just let
be
loose. Yeah.
yeah, just to be allowed to, and actually have to just go full pelt.
Definitely different
But,
from your modeling days. That's for sure. Bit of a
oh yeah,
contrast.
yeah, no, you're not doing anything when you're modeling. You're just standing there.
So
Yeah,
what would you say your dream role or dream person to work with would be, would you say? If you could just pluck anyone, director, actor, actress,
in terms of the video games.
TV, movie, game. I know you'd love to work
Yeah,
with Kojima, motion
yeah,
capture,
yeah.
but
Oh no,
oh yeah.
definitely, definitely.
But so
But
would I,
right,
and I'm not an actor. So, you know what I
yeah,
mean? Yeah.
he makes incredible stuff.
Yeah.
Right now, I'd really like to work with. Do you know Ruben Östlund? Ruben Östlund. So
No, I might
he's
be familiar with some of his work, maybe.
so he made his new movie out called Triangle of Sadness.
What a great movie, man. So funny.
Did you see
Man,
it?
I've seen it. Yeah, so
Yeah,
funny.
that
Yeah.
in his so he's His three film, I'm sure he's made more than that, but his sort of three famous films,
Yeah.
The Triangle of Sadness, The Square, and Force Majeure, they are just I love them so much because they don't follow any kind of act structure. At least
Oh
not
no,
I can't.
they're all over the shop.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and so
So
that
entertaining though. Yeah.
yeah, oh, extremely. And I always kind of dislike that about film and TV when you know that, well, that guy's on the poster, and now you have a scene where we're supposed to be thinking that he might get killed. Of course, he's not going to get killed. You wouldn't have hired that guy to play that part if he was going to get killed within the first 30 minutes, if that makes sense. Like, you always
Mm.
know who's gonna. I think that was one of the reasons why Game of Thrones was so popular, was because
Yeah.
they just kill off characters.
Yeah.
and
It's
and
just
there's
unpredictable. Yeah.
yeah, and I feel like a lot of TV and film is just a bit too predictable. And I like when you just have no clue what's going to happen. And with Triangle of Sadness, I had no clue at any point what's going to happen. And that ties into their branding as well. Like with the poster, there's just a woman vomiting on the poster. It doesn't tell you anything. It just looks weird and interesting.
It's funny.
And I
You would probably like the White Lotus. It's a really good show on
oh
HBO.
yeah,
You've seen it? Yeah.
yeah, I've seen it. I've seen it all. Yeah, yeah. I think I'm on the. There's one episode left. I've seen. Yeah,
Oh,
I've,
so
I've seen
you're
it
up to
all.
date. So you
Yeah, yeah,
agree it's a quality show, isn't it? Yeah.
it's very good. Yeah, it's very good, and that's sort of the same in that you don't really know. You don't really know what's going to happen. And
No.
it's very well told in that you don't you you don't have any clue where it's gonna lead, and the stakes are quite low. Like, no one's gonna get killed or anything. It's all just intrigue. It's all just gossiping.
I
It's
get what you
not.
mean. Yeah.
Yeah, but you're so invested,
Mm.
and you even though you don't. I mean, when you watch it, the characters are not even that likable. They're all these
Yeah.
rich people. Uh,
Yeah.
but it's still.
It hooks
Yeah,
you in, man. It does. It hooks you in a little bit.
yeah,
Yeah.
it does.
Have you seen a phenomenal? And I only bring this up because it is a Danish film. It's called The Hunt with Mads Mikkelsen. I got to say, I'd have
Yeah.
to give it a 10 out of 10. It was
Oh yeah,
phenomenal.
it's
Have you seen
incredible.
it? Yeah.
Yeah. Long time ago.
Yeah.
Thomas Vinterberg, who directed,
Mm.
he is incredible. So
Yeah.
he did the Oscar winner, the latest Mads Mikkelsen film, Another Round. Have you
Oh,
seen
he
that
did
one?
that as well.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
have
yeah.
seen that. I didn't know it was him. Yeah. Wow. Very talented.
Yeah,
Yeah.
incredible, incredible. Yeah,
Yeah. No. So he would probably be another one you'd love to work with, I'm sure.
yeah, yeah. I am quite keen on Scandinavian cinema. I think the quality is very high when you think about how little money they have to they work with.
Mm.
But a, a lot of the stuff coming out of the Scandinavian countries is very, very good. Same with the Norwegian film. I don't know what it's called. I only know the Norwegian Danish title, which is the worst human in the world. I think it's something like that in English. It's incredible.
Came out
So
this year,
good.
did it?
Last year, I think.
Last year.
The
Okay.
world's worst human, or the worst person in the world,
Okay.
I think.
I
Yeah,
don't think.
very, very.
Yeah, cool. Oh,
Yeah.
awesome, man. Thank you for taking the time today, man, and just chilling out and
No worries.
I really appreciate it. Everyone appreciate it. Is there anything you want to say to the Call of Duty fans?
Thanks for playing. I mean, I wouldn't, if they don't play, there's no fun work for me. So
Yeah.
without
Yeah.
without players and viewers and fans and whatnot, there's no work for actors or
Yeah.
directors or DOPs or whatever. So they're everything.
100%, man. And is there any upcoming projects that we should be looking out for with you in it, or anything else you want to promote?
It's been quiet, hey. I don't, I don't,
Quiet, you're in Call of Duty. Come on.
yeah. Oh yeah, but you it's always funny when you're in things because they can. So this was done. This was all
Months ago.
recorded this year. Yeah, but
Oh, okay.
if you're in like I was in a Netflix show last year, and that took a year before it came out. From when we wrapped and when it was on Netflix.
But why so
So
long? Editing or scheduling or?
yeah, I mean, I think with editing takes
Yeah.
ages, and scheduling is also a big thing. They don't want they want it to fit within
Yeah.
their whatever their I don't want to say agenda, but
No, yeah, they've got a path. Yeah.
Yeah. But with I'm guessing with video games, once you're doing the VO, that's probably at the very everything's probably done pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
So it's probably a bit quicker.
Yeah.
But we're pitching, me and my partner, we write as well, so we're pitching a TV show. So hopefully there'll
Oh
be
man, nice. What's it
TV
about?
show.
Can you give any details or?
Well, it's based on my experience in the fashion industry.
Oh.
So it's sort of a dramedy about the fashion industry, and very much in the vein of like White Lotus and Triangle of Sadness. But I started writing this 2 years ago, so it's not. It's not.
Hey, it's a feat to write a show. I congratulate you, man. It is so hard. Yeah, it is not. I don't think people realize how hard it actually is to sit down and write something start to finish. So I commend you, brother.
Much time. It takes so much time, and especially once you get to the pitching stage and all the things you have to know about the show, because it's it's all fine and dandy just to write something, but once if you want someone to pull a bunch of money into it, you got to know you gotta be able to present it and tell them this is why you'll get your money back on this.
Yeah,
because of this.
It's a business at the end of the day. Yeah.
Yeah. No, they're not doing it for free. Definitely not. So
no. Yeah. So you're shopping it around, man. I wish you really good luck. Hopefully,
thank you.
You can get it off the ground, and maybe you can even star in it yourself. Hey.
Yeah, that's what how I wrote it to begin with, but then further down the line you start thinking, well, I mean, if I get the show, if we sell the show, I'm happy.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, because I mean, depending on who buys it, they might go, oh, we want a name for this part, and then this part we can go with someone a bit greener, and then so it's not a hill I'm willing to die on. If I can get something sold, I'm happy.
Yeah. Is it before I let you go? Is the fashion industry what I perceive it to be? A little bit. I don't know what the word is. Not stuck up. Not stuck up, but maybe a bit brutal, a bit cutthroat, a bit.
Yeah, no,
it
definitely.
Is? Yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah. No, it is very much that that opening scene in Triangle of Sadness.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is so I went to see it with a mate of mine, and he whispered to me during that scene, for the audience, it's just a scene where a model goes to a casting, and they're sitting there, and all the casting directors are sitting there and just judging his body and his face and his portfolio, and he's just standing there, sort of very uncomfortable, just being judged without a shirt on. And it is a weirdly uncomfortable scene, because it is you've got these old people who are just sitting there just judging and like whispering amongst themselves, and I said to my mate, yeah, that's exactly what it's like, and I've been in
You've been there. Yeah,
10,000 times.
Wow.
So during Fashion Week, you do that thing 20 times a day.
That's so bizarre, man.
Yeah,
It's
and it is. So you have to very much be able to divorce yourself from your body, so that
yeah,
whatever
because they're
they
not looking at your personality. They're simply looking at
know,
what you were born with. Yeah.
yeah, and that can be very unhealthy. You get most
Mm.
other models get eating disorders. I got an eating disorder when I was modeling, and so
That's terrible,
it's very
man. Yeah.
good when they say, "Oh, his legs are too fat," or that his thighs are too big. Like I remember getting dropped from a Hugo Boss campaign because my thighs were too broad, which is
It's just so crazy, man. It doesn't even
yeah.
make sense. It doesn't make sense,
No,
really.
no. There
Ah,
would be lots of times there'd be many things where because there isn't a union,
yeah.
so big companies, these huge conglomerates, they can just go, uh, they can fly you to some city and you're there, and they can just drop you from it, and now they might have covered your flights or your hotel, but they don't have to pay you until you've done the job. So you don't
So
have
you could be
any.
out of pocket,
Oh yeah, that's happened before. Yeah.
man. That is a brutal industry. Fuck.
Yeah. It is.
Yeah.
It is quite brutal.
Luckily,
Um,
I was never in contention anyway. But but no, yeah. Thank you so much for your insights and for giving up some time
no
today,
worries.
man. I really appreciate it, brother. It's good to hear a bit of an Aussie. I know
Yeah,
you sort of you're Aussie, but you're not. But I still call you an
yeah,
Aussie deep down.
yeah. I have the passport, so that counts.
You got you got the citizenship, so
Yeah,
you
yeah,
could live here. Yeah, so that's worth something. Now, before I let you go, mate, is there anything? Uh, I don't mean to put you on the spot. Is there anything Axel could say to Dan? Is that possible?
yeah. Join me on the battlefield, Dan.
There it is. You've got it in you.
Yeah, but
Thank
for me, I try to, but it is in my mind when I do the Danish accent, it is just like a funny. It's like
yeah.
a funny jolly accent, you know.
Yeah, it's still, yeah.
Yeah, but I actually have a funny story about because um we had to come up with they curse in the game,
Yes, they
and
do. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
in the Scandinavian languages, all cussing and cursing is very much about uh religion, which weirdly enough,
Oh, okay.
the Scandinavian countries are probably the least religious in the world. Especially, I mean, Denmark. I don't think I've ever met anyone who called themselves a Christian. I've never had
They're
that
just
conversation with it.
atheists, or
I mean, they might be part of the church. They might be christened, but I've never heard of anyone praying or
yeah.
saying they believe in God or whatever. But you can't mention religion in a lot of games and films and whatnot. So, and I had to come up with all these curse words without
What?
mentioning.
Without mentioning the
Yeah,
wow. How do you
that
do
was
that?
well. The first day I blanked.
Yeah.
I can't. I don't have any. So when I got home, I just texted a bunch of mates back home, just like, can you send me all your cuss words? Just all, it's
They're
very much.
thinking, "What? Are you all right, mate?"
Yeah,
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 what?
because the most common things to say are like satans, which just means Satan, or
Hmm.
fens, which is just another word for fen.
Is that like
And
saying fuck here or
no, because
shit?
they say fuck more, like they just
Oh, they
pronounce it
say
as.
it as well. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, they say fuck quite a lot, and shit as well,
Yeah.
um, which is kind of a shame. They don't keep all the old cool cuss words, but it's very much about the devil. The Swedes, they use devil all the time, the word for devil.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's a no-no in
but
games, isn't it? Yeah.
yeah, yeah, and I don't remember all the words I ended up saying, but I just remember it being very difficult because
Yeah.
it's probably 95 of the, of the curse word dictionary. 95%.
I'm gonna have to try and find them. If I do extract all the voice lines, I'll make sure to send it to you off air.
Oh, that'd be great. Yeah, because you need as an actor you need those things on file. But you know, because
usually someone goes into the back end of the game and rips all the audio, but no one's done it just yet. I feel like so for the last Modern Warfare, someone did that for all the operators.
Oh, amazing.
So they should do it. Someone will do it again. It's just a matter of when.
Can't wait, because I need that, and I don't see myself getting to 20 kills in one multiplayer session anytime soon. I got to 8, and that was like a 45-minute game, and I was like, I'm gonna need to go like some kind of Call of Duty boot camp, because I'm not good.
Oh man!
Actually, considered reaching out to like Activision or Infinity Ward, going, is there not? Can you send me like a cheat code so I can just get the character?
Yeah, you should.
Like,
you should. I wonder if they'll do it.
Yeah. But I didn't do it. But I thought about it.
Yeah, because I'd love to. I haven't heard all your lines either. Like, you know, there's just so many like things that could happen that can trigger it as well. So it's just it's pretty crazy when you think about it. But thank you so much, man. I really appreciate this, and I wish you all the success, brother. I really do. Hopefully, see that show on Netflix or Amazon or wherever very soon, with you starring.
Crossed. Yeah.
Thank you, man. Have a great day, brother.
Thanks, mate. You too.
Take care.